yeah, self-explanatory really. There we are. It's subtle, but it works together in the mix. Next thing down, I've got more percussion-y drum stuff here. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to make your ears bleed there. I've got a little stab, a little hit. That little that started life. If I just solo loop that as oops. Computer's running really slow recently. I'm gonna update soon. Right, this was take the reverb off, enveloper off, EQ off. It's just a little stab there. EQ on. Even though it didn't have any low end, look, if you see right at the bottom, I actually just pointed at the monitor then when obviously you can't see what I'm pointing at, so I'm using the mouse. There is actually some sub bass there, and that will build up and cause me some problems, so I've taken it out. And then I've used Logic's own transient designer, which is actually wicked. I've used it a lot. Oh, hello AIM. Who's this? That's right. Anyway, yeah, so I've taken away all the attack because I just wanted that little rip sort of sound. I've also increased the decay. If I turn that right up, or down again, you can't really hear what it does, but yeah, it's just transient design really. That sounds really pretentious, but transient design is, I do a lot of it. This actually goes on further right here, more regularly. Below that, I've got, I don't even know what this is. Oh yeah, some cowbell that I programmed in myself using the old trusty MPD, custom stickers and all that bullshit. So I just drummed that in, didn't quantize it because it sounded good on its own with the rhythm. You don't have to quantize everything that you record, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And to sort of break up the sort of bridge a little bit, I've got an open 808, or is that no, that's an 808 hat, and then a normal acoustic hat layered on top of each other, like so. So one's giving it a bit of hiss, the other one's giving it a bit of a tap. Excuse me, burping again. Don't know what's wrong with me and my burping. Right. So it's quite a nice little rhythm going on there. Of course, with the extra like Latin percussion, all that bullshit. Okay. So I started off this track with these two bits here. These were going to be my main bass. And it was the bass bottom here, which is made by Silent, which is absolutely sick. And that's the top line. Basically, I think I've taken the same sound but ripped it apart. So it was like a bit of a standard electro sort of sound, really. Not electro as in electro house, just electronic music in general. Pretty savage distortion with Combient. I've used ring modulation on the highs, nothing on the mids, and a hard clipper on the lows. Other multi-band distortion units are available. Another really good one is Homicide. I've only got a demo of that. And then that, because this is the top line of the bass, that's been EQ'd out, so there's no sub there. And again, I've got my end presser, but I think that's set up to a side chain, which has been triggered by the 808. Let me test this out. No, it must be these. No, it's not either of those. What's going on? Something's happening there. Basically, that was sidechained to something, but I can't remember what it was. I've kind of lost track of this track, to be honest. It just feels like it's falling apart at my fingers, you know. It's just the way this is being made. But it's all together and it sounds good, so I can't complain. And on top of this, I kind of wanted like a little stab. So I've bounced one of these little bits to audio, a little riff, and I've made it a little do-do-do-do side of it. Just like that. Easy. Yeah. So on top of that, I think the last thing I've got in this track at the moment, which I'm building, this took me probably about 4 hours yesterday just to sort of like build it up and arrange it and stuff. My production is pretty slow. This is why like people ask me to make a track from scratch, and I'm gonna say no for now because I can't just make one like that. It takes me a good solid week to build a track from scratch and to finish it, so that's not really realistic. So I'm showing you one that's kind of half baked and sounds alright, but will probably turn out sounding a bit different. This is actually going to go on an album that I'm writing. I want to write an album just for personal reasons, really. I've always wanted to. So I've kind of like stopped signing singles for now until I get this album on the go. Right, so for the lead, this is quite interesting actually. So that was just a little bit of a mod wheel on there. That's Trillion, made by Spectrasonics. Sounds absolutely sick. I love it for quite a few sort of old basses and stuff. It's basically sampled lots and lots of old analog synths and weird bits of kit that are circuit bent, and it's all there at your disposal. All there at your disposal. Highly recommend you go check that out. And that's sidechained to something. Can't quite remember. And all together now. Bloody hell, computer's really slow today. Here's sidechaining there. System overload, thank you Logic. Yeah, I think it's because I'm running this screen recording software at the same time. It's gone a little bit pants, to be honest. Like, this is what, how many tracks is that? That is terrible. I'm running an iMac, by the way, if anybody wants to know. It's a recent spec one, it's like 2009. It's a bit weird. I think I've got quite a few big instruments, like Trillion is huge. I don't want to bore you with any of that bullshit. Actually, in this song, I didn't use one instance of massive, which is probably a good thing because I just hear the same sounds over and over and over. Even if people made sounds from scratch, I can still almost tell that it's been made with massive because there's a certain sound to the wavetable, the way they've like modulated it. That just, it's all of its own. So yeah, so this is going to be like a, not like a mid-filler track, but something in the middle of my album that's going to break it up a bit against sort of dubstep. I've also got a bit of a house track. Always got to have water in the studio. It's key. It's key to my production. It's good, watery H2O. Helps me write beats. Yeah. Alright, I think I've rambled on for long enough. And I'll see you next time.